hari ini Mesyuarat Exco ada buat keputusan tentang projek pengangkutan awam, projek Pelan Induk Pengangkutan Awam Pulau Pinang. Saya minta oleh Chow untuk membuat pengumuman sedemikian.
Kerajaan negeri hari ini nak umumkan bahawa Majlis Mesyuarat Kerajaan Negeri telah memutuskan untuk mengeluarkan Letter of Awards kepada pembina yang berjaya untuk dilantik sebagai Project Delivery Partners untuk melaksanakan Plan Induk Pengangkutan Negeri Pulau Pinang. Itu keputusan, iaitu Kerajaan Negeri akan mengeluarkan Letter of Award kepada syarikat pembina yang berjaya untuk dilantik sebagai Project Delivery Partners bagi melaksanakan Penang Transport Master Plan dari sekarang hingga 2030. Latar belakangnya, pada tahun 2013, Mac 25, Kerajaan Negeri telah menerima pakai Plan Induk Pengangkutan Negeri Pulau Pinang yang disiapkan pada masa itu, dan Kerajaan Negeri juga memutuskan untuk melaksanakan Plan Induk itu dengan konsep Project Delivery Partners, iaitu keputusan pada 16 Mei 2014. Ikuran dari itu, kita telah ambil tindakan untuk mengadakan request for proposal pada bulan Ogos 2014 di mana tarikh tutup adalah 16 Februari tahun 2015. Sebanyak 6 buah syarikat telah kemukakan request ataupun dokumen untuk masuk request for proposal ini pada hari akhir pada tarikh tutup lah, iaitu 16 Februari. 16 syarikat telah masuk tender, dan setakat ini kita tidak akan umumkan nama-nama. Dan setelah tamatnya tender, mulanya proses penilaian, dan pihak Kerajaan Negeri pada masa itu melantik FEMA Accountant KBMG untuk membantu Kerajaan Negeri dan membuat penilaian berdasarkan kepada segi kewangan dan teknikal untuk dilaporkan kepada Jawatan Kuasa Teknikal dan Kewangan. Penilaian terperinci dibuat atas kriteria berikut, iaitu cadangan PDP yang dikemukakan, technical capability pembina, pengalaman pembina dalam memperolehi kelulusan kerajaan atau agensi kerajaan, delivery strategy yang dikemukakan, bidders value proposition, financial standing, funding and business model, risk area, fees and remuneration yang akan dikenakan kalau dipilih. Jadi Jawatan Kuasa Teknikal dan Kewangan pada 23 Jun tahun ini telah sebulat suara memutuskan untuk mengesyorkan syarikat ini untuk dipilih sebagai PDP, Project Delivery Partners. Setelah itu, perkara ini diputuskan oleh Lembaga Perolehan Negeri yang setuju dengan cadangan daripada Jawatan Kuasa untuk melantik syarikat ini. Dan pada hari ini, MMK telah memutuskan letter of awards dikeluarkan kepada syarikat ini. Nama syarikat cuma akan diumumkan setelah mereka terima tawaran ini. Pada hari ini surat akan dikeluarkan, dan kalau mereka terima tawaran ini, mereka perlu tanda tangani surat acceptance ini, dan pada masa itulah dua pihak akan umumkan ataupun kita akan umumkan nama syarikat yang berjaya bersama dengan wakil-wakil syarikat yang berjaya. So, itulah keputusan yang dibuat oleh kerajaan negeri pada hari ini, di mana saya percaya ramai menunggu-nunggukan keputusan ini, dan akhirnya keputusan ini dibuat tertakluk kepada penerimaan tawaran yang kita keluarkan hari ini. So if they accept the offer with all the condition, then they would have to return a letter of acceptance of the offer, of the letter of award, and then we would do an announcement of the successful bidders. So today we are just announcing that we have decided to issue this letter of award to this company, and other matters will follow, and we will invite the press for further announcement. Itu sajalah dari saya mewakili MMK yang buat keputusan hari ini. Okay, thank you.
What is the deadline for that?
They will be given 14 days from the date of the letter. But if they can come in, we will announce it. Any other comment?
One company.
We are appointing one company to be the PDP, one PDP.
They are at liberty to appoint sub-cons and sub-partners.
After the appointment, with all the conditions attached, both the parties, the successful bidders and the state government will go through a process of negotiation, fine-tuning with regard to the technical component, the project component, the funding component, the development component. All this will be part of the condition in the letter of offer that we will accumulate in the signing of the PDP agreement 6 months from the date of the letter, or if it's extended any further period. So within these 6 months, both the party, the successful bidders and the state government will look into the detail of the proposal, technical, financial, and the development component before an agreement will be signed 6 months from now. Hopefully 6 months. If not completed, then it has to be extended until a full agreement can be signed, and then the PDP will launch up all the project component after that. So now it's an evaluation of their proposals. It is agreed in principle, but the details has to be negotiated. As to how many projects will be carried out, what are the priority of the project, scheduling and all those stuff, that will be incorporated into the agreement letter. This letter is just what 2 pages general. I appoint you based on your proposal. After the evaluation, we have been given this award. But after that, both parties will sit down over the next 6 months to detail out the agreement, the component of the projects to be implemented. Okay?
But is this company a joint venture between local and foreign companies, or is this a pure local company?
Among the 6 bidders, they are single company coming in on their own. They are consortium comprising 2 or 3 or more than 3 companies, some with local and foreign participation. So I'm still not announcing even that, also will give away the name. So I'm saying that out of the 6 bids, some come in on their own, a single company, some others come in a consortium which comprise local and foreign companies.
I mean, you
Yes.
said 6 bidders, and then later on you said 16 companies tendered.
6, I say 6.
6, it's not 16. During your assessment period of all these 6 proposals, would you care to share your experience as to how they proposed and what you saw were the main challenges? The
As I say, they will assess based on the many criteria, and of course we will look for the best parties that can fulfill the requirements. Of course, the RFP has set out all the requirements in terms of the capital, in terms of the technical expertise, in terms of the experience. So maybe some company will be eliminated in the process. So we only look at those who can fulfill the requirement as per the RFP tender document. And then after that, we evaluate the technical capability, we evaluate the financial capability, we evaluate the business model, what are the financial backing that they have, and to enable them to carry out such a big multi-billion ringgit project. Okay, any more questions?
What was the unique point for this company for the state government to decide to award the tender?
All goes back to the fulfillment of the criteria that we set: technical expertise, experience, financial capability, business model. Yeah. And they are ranked, of course, we rank them accordingly. And of course, this company was ranked number 1 based on the assessment criteria.
No, I want to say that this is approved by the State Tender Committee, and it was endorsed by the Penang State Government. The State Tender Committee is headed by the State Secretary under the law. So the State Tender Committee is headed by Dr. Sri Farizan as the State Secretary. This is by post, not by person. So he was presented by ESCO, and the State Government endorsed this decision made by the State Tender Committee.
Okay, any more questions?
The Transport Master Plan is perhaps one of the biggest in Penang for a long time. So when you receive these 6 requests for proposals, we're very curious as to what you saw were the similarities in terms of the challenges, in terms of finding space to create the LRT. So all these 6 companies, what were the similarities, what were the parallels that they saw, the challenges that they saw? We hope that you could help us to pad our story a bit.
The basis of the RFP is the Penang Transport Master Plan. So that outlines numerous proposals formulated by the consultant appointed. So immediately the first thing I went to is the State Commission accepted the Penang Transport Master Plan. That formed the basis of the tender exercise. But the tender exercise does not rule out any possibility of any companies giving alternative suggestions to enhance and improve. So that would be, company from company differs. Some follow very strictly on the Transport Master Plan. Some have their variation.
Were there a lot of variations? Did they have all kinds of new ideas, out of the box ideas?
Some very conservative one, they stick, because they want to be very careful, they stick to the Transport Master Plan. Some suggested alternative solution.
Can share something out of the blue, out of the norm?
Out of the norm, it's not out of the norm, it's the various type of transport mode, whether it's the LRT, tram, the alignment and all that. Any transport planner will want to look at it, their ways. But of course, when it is awarded, if it is accepted, then all the due process will have to come out lah, no? At the announcement, we may invite the successful bidders to share their proposals lah, of course, as a beginning step before all the negotiation to come up with the final agreement to be incorporated in the agreement, which encompasses all the project that has to be done, the funding procedure and all that.
So in this case, this successful fella who's going to receive a letter of award, did he follow by the book or did he come up with any new ideas? Did you come up
The successful bidders, as other bidders, have some interesting proposals, alternative. If you prod further, you can write the name of the company already. Okay.
Maybe just one more. This successful bidder, is the tram system a part of their plan of what they submitted?
The LRT, the trams, the buses are all within their proposal. But as I say, the 6 months negotiation will allow both the party to pick the right system, the right mode, the alignment, where the station will be, things like that lah. No, the detail work will have to be done and negotiated. Because now it's only the conceptual plan. Where to site your, if LRT, where to put your station, what line first, first line, Komtar to airport, Komtar to Aitam, Komtar to, whether it's needed or not, Komtar to Seberang, things like that. All this will have to be finalized. And highway, where to build, which one to build first, which intersection to build, things like that. All this will have to come in the detail session, which we think that 6 months is challenging but not impossible to finalize. Because it depends on the amount of work the bidders have done prior to the submission.